Hello everyone, this is Wilson Guardado, your Fusion 360 expertise. This is my first video, and in this video I am going to be talking about the basic fundamental things that you need to know about Fusion 360. First off, to get started, the first thing you need to know is how to create a sketch plane. You proceed to the top left corner and you press this button. You are shown with 3 different dimensions: the X dimension, Y dimension, and Z dimension. Here you pick whichever one that you please. In this case I am going to pick the Z dimension and I'm going to open it up. The first thing that we're going to look at is how to make a line. You press this button L, or you can use the shortcut L on your keyboard, and you can place a line anywhere on the graph at any point, and it can be at any degree or however long that you need it. See, for example, right here I just created a triangle. This button right here is the sign that there's something perpendicular, meaning that this is a right triangle. Next off, we're gonna learn how to use a rectangle. Go next. Here, a rectangle. There's many ways that you can make a rectangle. See, if you go to the menu bar of the rectangle, it says 2-point rectangle. This is the default one. So you put 2 points on the graph, and that changes your measurements of the rectangle. Then you see next rectangle is 3-point rectangle. You basically put 3 points for rectangle. You go here, here, and here, 3 points, and then you design your own rectangle. For the next one, you have center rectangle. You put the center, and then you move the length and the width with the third mouse right here, and you create your own mouse. Next, you have circle. You create a circle. You just press the circle button, and then you go like this. You extend it out, and then the numbers that pop up are your diameter. And you can change all these dimensions. For example, if you go here and you press sketch dimension, or you can press D. For example, right here, you can check the dimension, what the length of this rectangle is. You press the dimension, right here you can see it's 6.61852, etc. inches. You can change this number by simply changing on your keyboard, because it's already highlighted. So you can press 37.5. It's gonna make a long rectangle. Or if you want half of that, you can just go here and divide by half. Then you get, wait, it doesn't work. Okay, we're just gonna go divide it. I'm gonna make a smaller number, 15 inches. Now you see, if it gets reduced, you can do the same with the width of the triangle, like such as, and then you can put 2. And then this is how your different rectangles are made and how the dimensions work. We're going to move on. Here, this is a fit point spline. This is like a curved line. You go here, you press, okay, it's like you make a line segment, and then you can bend it, and then you have another extra where you can bend the original one, and you can make, like, let's say, a curve. You see, you press another one, you can curve it again, and it makes these curves that are like one. It's like a string that if you bend one, you bend all of it. See, you press another one, you bring it back, and then it all closes up together. So basically you make, in this case I made an oval with the spline. Then you have another option of an ellipse. This ellipse, it goes like this. You make your design, and then you make like a circle. It's somewhat the same to make an oval, but this is more of a string, and this is more of like making the width of a circle. Next, you have mirror. Okay, if we make a rectangle, like such as, they want to mirror this side to this side, instead of having to do like trying to get the same measurements, you can just mirror. For example, like this, you press all the objects that you want to mirror. So in this case, this side, this side, this side, this side, you press the mirror line. We want to mirror it right here in the middle so that our other rectangle can be right here. Press here, and then you can see how it outlines the new rectangle. We press OK. Okay, and then we can see these new two rectangles that are together. We can do the same thing if we want to mirror it down. Instead of having to click one by one, we just copy all of it, and then we press mirror line, which would be this, and then right here we can see we have our 4 rectangles. They are mirrored, and it showcases a window. For this fillet, you can use it in the corners. For example, these corners on our window, we can bend it like this. We press this line segment and this line segment, and we can move it around like this to make it curved. For example, I'm going to leave it at 1, and then I'm going to do every single corner, so they can all be 1 and they can all be equal. Now we can see how every single one of the corners is curved at a 1 radius. The radius being this dot from here, this dot to the line segment, it's 1 inch. And then trim. Trim is like the pieces that you cut off that you don't want. In this case, if we just want a rectangle with curved angles, we're gonna trim the inside. We just drag it around, and now all the lines on the middle are gone. Next is offset. Offset is if you want to make the same shape inside. For example, we use the same shape again. We highlight everything. It's not working. Oh, curves. We highlight this. We move it inwards. You can see how the shape is being moved inwards. It's the same shape, but it's just being moved inwards. And then press OK, and now we see how the inside, everything, this line is basically moved inwards, and the distance from this to this is the same across every single side of the rectangle. Next is blend curve. Blend curve. Oops. Okay, blend curve. We start. Actually, we're going to skip blend curve and we'll come back to it in another video. Okay, next we're going to start finished sketch. This is everything that you need to know now for our sketch part. We'll go through these other things on another video. Okay, we finish off the sketch. Then we learn our first thing, which is extrude. Extrude is a button that makes a 2D sketch into a 3D sketch. For example, if we press shift and move around your mouse, you can move off the board and make it look 3D. Or if you don't have a mouse, you can move it from this cube. Then you can zoom in. Okay, we're gonna use this oval and extrude it. We're going to bring it up 5 inches. You see now, our oval has turned 3D and it is no longer 2D, and then we can modify it as we need. And as you can see, all of our other sketches are gone. So in order to recover them, we go over here to the sketch part. We press this little arrow and you press the little eye so you can see all of the other sketches. Okay, next is revolve. In order to revolve is basically to make this into, we can say, a donut. For example, okay, we're going to use this face and we're going to revolve it, and we're going to make it go basically a 360. Okay, we press the profile, which is that the axis would be this line, and then we press OK. Then we see how this little triangle created this cone-like figure from just being revolved. So the triangle was revolved around 360. So now, and then it created this 3D model. Okay, next is hole. For the hole, we can press a hole is used to make inside a 3D model. For example, if we use this oval again, we press the face where we want to make the hole. In this case, is right here, and we are shown with the hole. Then you can make it bigger, smaller, and then you can just type right here. This making the diameter is the same as moving this arrow. So then right here we have the different hole types. We can make a simple hole, counter bowl, or countersink. We can see the different designs. In this case, we want the whole thing to go all the way through. So since our oval is 5 inches, if we can inspect it with the measure button from here to here, we can see that it's 5 inches. So if we go back to our hole, close out. If we go back to our hole, this is currently, as we can see here, 3 inches deep, just this part. And then in order for us to make it go all the way through, we have to make it at least 5. Now we see how this part, from this point to this point, it's covering up the whole oval. And then if you don't want this little cylinder right here, this little circle, triangles, you can remove it by just putting 0 degrees. Wait, no, 180 degrees. Oops, I'm sorry. Go 180 degrees. Then the hole now is just a cylinder. Then we press OK. And then we see here now that the hole went all the way through, and we have a hole in our oval 3D shape now. The next thing we're going to learn is sweep. We're going to leave this behind. In order for us to sweep, we have to make a path and a face that follows that path. For example, we're going to use this sketch. We're going to use the Y plane. We're going to move to the side. We're going to use the space line as a model. We're going to make our circle. Our circle is going to go on this line. It's going to be 2 inches. Okay, that is going to be our face. We can either do that, or we can even modify it. We put this little square right here, make it look fancy. Then we just make a random shape. We can then remove this, and this, and we have this weird looking shape. Then we finish our sketch. Then, since we wanted to follow a path going this way, we're going to make a new sketch on the Z plane. Right here, if we move it a little bit, right here, we want to make a line that either goes straight or curved right here, so that this face can follow. If we want to make a straight line, we do a straight line, like such as, and we can add a spline, and we can make it curve. We go like this, and then we make this little curve it this way, like this, and then like this. Okay, we're gonna press enter. then finish sketch. Okay, next we're going to click sweep. Right here we click on the profile, then we click on the path, which is this, and now we can see how this face has followed the whole path and made what looks like a question mark right now, but we can see how this profile has followed this whole path along the whole line, so that it can create this question mark. Okay, and if we want, we press cancel. We go back to our sketch. We can go back to our sketch by clicking on this line. We can connect this point to this point, so we can do spline again. We go here, press this over here, make a little curve over here. We return back to initial position, then we press enter. Okay, we finish off our sketch. We go back to sweep, click on the profile, then click on the path, and now we see how this profile has followed all of the path and has made this weird looking shape. I'm not sure what it is, but the same profile has made this whole piece just by using the sweep command. Our final thing is going to be loft. Loft is basically uniting two different profiles. Okay, for example, we're going to make, let's use this circle. If we want a circle, okay, let's cancel sweep. Wait, no. We're going to leave our sweep there. First, if you want to, you have to make different planes for this part. In the future lesson, we're going to use this different plane. It's called offset plane. You use this same plane and you move it upwards. Well, we're going to use it in this case too. Now, instead of using extrude, we're going to use this button. So we extrude it, let's do 4 inches, and then we have a new plane that is 4 inches above this plane. So we want to create another shape where that shape is going to connect with this circle profile. So we're going to make a sketch on this plane. Then since our circle is right here, we're going to make a plane right here in the middle. In this case, we're going to let's add a circle. It doesn't show the exact middle, but you can try to put it. Okay, well, let's do it. Let's make it smaller. We have this, then let's make the same shape as before. We can do another rectangle. In this case, we're gonna make a square, and then we're going to trim. I know it's not equal on all sides, but this is just a practice. We're going to remove all of these extra sides that we don't need. We can just click them. Okay, then we finish sketch. Now we have these two profiles. We have this one floating in the air that is 4 inches above this circle. Okay, next we're going to go create and press loft. We're going to click both faces. We click the circle face and this new face, and then when we click it, we're going to see how it connects. See, now we have turned this circle turns into this circle square profile, and we can see how it's created like a little mountain volcano looking ish. And you can do that with any shape that you want. If you want to go from a circle to a rectangle, or rectangle to a circle, or it can just be two different faces going together. And that will be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching our video and that you come back to watch any other tutorials, or you you are free to contact me if you need any specific help on any specific AutoCAD functions. Thank you and see you on our next video.